Hello everybody, and welcome to another video blog of a student pilot. So finally we got some break, and the weather's looking good, no winds, snow is gone, so we can do some flying today. I'm here at Old Bridge Airport, just finished pre-flying the 84 Delta, and we're ready to do some touch and goes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Seats, belts, harness, passengers, not here.
Yep.
Fuel selector, both. Brakes, set and hold. Landing lights, for now they're off. Alright, master switch.
Let's say the master till we're absolutely ready to start the engine.
Got it. Alright, beacon lights, we're keeping it off. Yep. Landing lights off, mixture, full rich.
Yep. And I primed it when I moved it, but a little trick Joe Holt showed me when the temperatures are near 40 degrees. Throttle prime it 3 times, real slowly. In, out, 2, and 3. Don't crack the throttle at all, just leave it right there.
Yep.
So what I just did was I kind of flooded the engine without really flooding it, so when you turn the key, it should fire right away.
Okay. So, battery?
You can turn it on now.
Okay. I'll keep the alternator off for now. Alright.
Yeah, I'll close mine.
Clear prop. Not that anybody's around, but whatever. You never know.
You never know. Yep.
Alright.
Bring it 3,000. Okay, put your alternator on.
Yep.
Check, check. Yes, sir. Turn the audio down just a hair so we don't scream at each other. Unintentionally. Alright. Wait a little bit, I guess, for the tip to come. Yeah, 5 minutes should be good. Okay. Yeah, so most Lycoming carbureted engines, if the engine is run for a minute or two, you can go about a partial cold start with the throttle, which Joe told me, which not specified in the manuals for Cessna, but you just, 3 slow shots of throttle prime, no cracking of throttle, it kicks.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
But that's on the previously warm engine, or it doesn't matter?
If the temperature's at or near 40, or if it's kind of warm, you can go about that trick. It's not always guaranteed to work, but I know at the temperature close to 40, it'll work 80% of the time.
Alright. Before taxi, flaps up.
Okay, coming up my side.
Left's up. Right's coming up.
Yep.
Alright, good. They're both up. Transponder set and standby. 1200. SWAS required. Exit clearance not required. Exterior lights.
Put the beacon on.
Beacon. Got it.
Not a big deal.
And brakes release.
I'm gonna check mine. Okay, I have brakes. There's no leaks.
Right.
Inside.
Light control up. That's before takeoff.
Yep.
Alright, let's taxi up.
Yes, sir. Okay. Socks are leaning at us, so we'll use runway 6.
Alright.
You can stop right here for your before takeoff checks.
Good. Brakes set and hold. Flight controls. Down.
Yep. Operational.
Yeah. Up. Up. Down. Right or left. Right. Right.
Good. It's operational too.
Throttle. Right. Full reach.
200. What happened if you came in this airplane when it did a pre-flight? You saw somebody squawk 7600. What would that tell you?
That's your comms are not working.
Yep, that means we're too cheap to fix the radios. That means the 7600, you can't talk.
Right.
Now 7700, you're gonna die.
Yep.
7500, you're gonna
hijacking.
Yeah.
Right. Final flaps set. Flaps up. Trim set for takeoff. Good. Shift launch.
Yep. This runway, by the way, is left traffic, so when you get to exactly your pattern altitude, you do your crosswind downwind, all that stuff.
Got it. Yep. Good. All right. Seats, harnesses. Doors locked.
Yep. Mine's locked too.
Clearance not required. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, you want to give a call before you get to the whole line. You can just tell them we're staying at pattern on 6.
Okay. Open traffic, Skyhawk departing runway 6, staying in pattern for touch and go. For full stop goes. That's it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't allow touch and goes at overage.
It's too short.
Exactly.
Clear to right. Run.
Hey, line up and check.
Sit. Almost persist.
Uh-huh.
Alright, oh, dimeter. What was it?
Oh.
Thermal check. Yes. Zero 6 8.
Oh, good, you caught that 3068.
Yep, perfect. Look at that. All right. The green. Yep, those. Jump set. Make sure. Full range. Those to the floor.
Yeah. Airspeed's coming alive. Engine gauge is in the green.
It's in the green. And 50, 60, rotate.
These are on up. That's just some usual tree buffering. It's all good. Okay, you can do your crosswind at 800 feet for runway 6. Okay.
Open traffic, Skyhawk 30 left, crosswind, 106 open.
Pretty white traffic, cap on right downwind, 981.
Keep that power at 2000. There you go. That's fine. Otherwise, you'd be flying in the carb heat range.
Right.
Alright, we can go downwind.
Open traffic, Skyhawk turning left downwind, runway 6. Runway 6 open.
As you may recall from early on in your training, this airplane, you kind of have to be a little bit ahead of it with getting the speed under wrap on when landings. It's got less flaps.
Right.
If you need to, you can fly a slightly longer pattern, wider pattern if you have to.
Okay.
Traffic, cap on turn right base, 9 right.
Okay, when your strut looks at there you go, exactly, the hangars, that's usually a pretty good point.
RP it in, power back. Alright, we're in it. Light arc, 10 degrees of flaps. Right. Get the power back in.
21 traffic, cap on right base, final line over anyone.
In this runway, because the trees are higher, it's kind of ideal you take it down to somewhere near 800 feet before you go base.
Okay.
And a good landmark below that, ahead of your left wing, there's the Englishtown Flea Market right off the 527, off the left wing tip.
Let's see. I think this is English market.
Yep.
Over traffic, sidewalk turning left base, runway 6 open.
Cool. Okay, at this point you can go flaps 20. Okay.
Over traffic, sidewalk turning final, runway 6 open.
Okay, we're getting a little low, just get a little power there. There you go. Oh, speed's pretty good.
A little too early, but
Alright.
correct it.
Better too early than too late.
Yep.
Okay, you do have a slight wind from the left, so keep that in mind. It's not much, but it is noticeable. Good, speed's perfect. Perfect, white on red. I get that last notch and flap down. Good. Go watch the trees, we're fine. Okay, right around here is where you can kill the power when you land on 6. There you go. Very good. Start coming out of your flare. Hold her off. And raise that nose a little bit. Alright, alright. On this airplane, you fly flare, it's going to be a little gentle when you flare. That's all. It's got less flaps.
Right. Open traffic, Skyhawk clear runway 6. Taxiing back to runway 6 for full stop landings. Lips up. Trim it back. Marking back in.
Beats.
Back.
So the whole pattern was good, a little wide, but hey, you know, this runway, by the way, versus 2-4 is not an easy runway, even on a light wind day. The trees are higher.
Right.
You had the profile on final perfect, white on red. Do anticipate, though, it's going to always look like you're lower than what the badge is telling you because the trees are higher.
Right.
So just watch your position in relation to the trees. Right in that spot where you pull the power's good. And when you're glancing at the end of the runway, don't worry about running out of runway. I notice people, you know, who land on 6 for the first couple of times, they think they're running out of runway fast. Because usually most people come in higher accidentally because they suspect the Vassie's an operative or they just want to get away from the trees. So, you know, they flare prematurely and osculate like kind of what you did.
That's kind of what I did expect.
Yeah. So just, you know, take your time. You got lots of runway. Provided you had the right speed, which you did, you're not going to overrun the runway. So.
Right. Okay.
And if you think you're going to overrun it, just get out of here. Go around.
No need to prove anything.
Exactly. Go around is a good sign of judgment. And that's your whole line for 6. So you always want to call before you cross it.
Okay. Open traffic, Skyhawk departing runway 6. Stay in the pattern. 4 full stop. That goes. Open.
You can just say pattern option. I'll just say full stop. Taxi bags. After a while, people get the idea.
Okay. Oh, clear on the left.
Clear on right.
Clear. Set, mixture full rich, barb heated, flaps up, heels to the floor, full power.
Sure.
Airspace coming alive.
Yep.
Gauges in the green. Rotate.
You always get a little bump right in that spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes worse.
Nice climb.
Yes, sir.
Skyhawk there, left course, runway 6, open.
Okay, check left before you turn left.
Yep.
against the bump, so. Yep. Whatever, I'll take that over wind shear.
Repeat in.
Yep.
Arm back. In the white, 10 degrees flaps. Traffic Skyhook 30, left base, runway 6 approach.
I'd raise the RPM to about 1900 so you hold altitude. There you go.
Okay. It's still sinking a little bit.
You can give it some more power. Yeah, this is good right here.
Over traffic, Skyhawk turning final, runway 6 approach.
Okay.
Go a little bit.
Go final now, you're fine.
Alright.
Almost had it.
Had it, yeah. Right at the end. It go right at the end.
Well, the good news is you can make the mid exit.
Yeah. Fixated.
Yep.
Fixated.
Mine temporarily quit flying.
Yep. Open traffic, Skyhawk, clear runway 6 approach. Taxiing back to runway 6. That's up, carb heat in. Trim set already.
Yep. Again, you want to call before you cross that line.
Okay. Open traffic, Skyhawk departing runway 6. Stay independent, over. Clear left, clear right.
Yeah, the line's not so obvious, I know. Alright, good.
downwind, runway 6 over bridge. Almost said right.
It's your other right.
Clear left.
Yep, clear left, clear right.
Midfield, car get in. Power back. FYR, 10 degrees flaps.
Start your base, you're fine.
Over traffic, Skyhook, turning left base, runway 6 over bridge.
Yep.
Traffic, Skyhook, turning final, runway 6 over bridge.
If you get slightly high on 6 on final, it's okay. Last notch, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, 70's fine for this landing. From the late wind.
Where's this loop?
Time. Hey, close that throttles, fly it off down. Aim for your numbers. Just can't fly. Almost. nail them.
Open traffic, Skyhawk, clear runway 6 overage. Taxiing back to runway 6.
Yeah, we get to clean the plane up.
Repeat. What's up? Trim set.
One thing that is nice about this airplane, with being it's got less flaps, you don't have to trim it as much nose down.
Right.
If you trim the heck out of it, you'll eat a lot of speed. Or you'll gain a lot of speed.
It actually loses altitude pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
So even though it was high on the final,
Yeah.
it lost it very quickly.
Personally, I prefer to come in slightly high on final in 6 because we call this the bad runway for a reason. As you're experiencing difficulty today, I bet you if we had a light wind for 2-4, it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Nobody's landing just perfect on 6.
Yeah. And it's a different picture too.
The trees are bigger. Sometimes when you turn final, the VASI will show you on glide slope even when you're at a 3.5 or 4 degree glide slope. In other words, slightly high like you were.
Right.
If I have a stiff crosswind at the limit of this airplane, I prefer to be almost way high but not too high. Because you get the worst shears right in that zone right there. Okay, so on this takeoff, I'm going to give you a simulated engine failure as you're rolling. I'm not going to do it when we get really fast for safety, but I'll do it somewhere along the runway. All I want you to do is just get me off the runway as safe as possible. It's going to be called a rejected takeoff.
So, as we're taking off, you're gonna pull it?
Yep.
Open traffic, Skyhawk departing runway 6, overage.
Better get a call before crossing the line. Good. Clear both sides.
Clear right, left, and right. Alright. Trim set, damage full ridge flaps up. Everything is in the green. Heels to the floor, full bound.
Let's reject. There you go. Very nice.
Should I turn it off over there?
Yeah, you can do a 180. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of cut right this way. You can make a left. Overage traffic scav is simulating rejected takeoff. 6 overs, taxiing back runway 6. In the higher part of your takeoff, in other words, exceeding green line, you would just, ride out what you have left of the runway and brake at the end.
Okay.
He's going to make a left, so don't worry about him.
Open traffic, Skyhawk clear runway 6, taxiing back. Open traffic, Skyhawk departing runway 6, overage.
That's also my go, no-go for go-arounds, too.
Okay.
Wow, this next pattern, I'm going to fill your engine on downwind. We're going to glide to the runway. And have you fly a tighter pattern because we have some wind.
So the graveyard you're talking about, that's before that sock?
Yeah, exactly, before the suck. So that's where all the abandoned planes are.
Okay. 6. Changed. Yep. Alright. Trim set. Left up, mixture of bridge. Yep. Arcade in. Green. To the floor, full bound. Airspeed's alive.
Yep.
Ages in the green.
do if you lost the engine right here on the upwind?
Oh man. What I would do, try to slow down as slow as possible and try to let cover the trees.
Exactly. If you try to go back to the racetrack or the airport, kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't happening. You'll be a victim of the impossible turn.
Yep. Man, there's not much here.
You can consider the impossible turn. I'm going to talk you through one when the pattern after the next one.
Okay.
Anyway, traffic, cap line, turning right, 9, red line.
Over traffic's got hook turning left, crosswind, runway 6 over. Clear left.
Alright, now it's turned downwind right away. I'm going to fly a little
Over traffic, Skyhawk turning left, downwind, overage.
Now in real life, if you have a light east wind, you want to pray in a real engine out, you don't have to use 6.
Yeah.
To get a near close to perfect landing, you have to do what you've been doing all day, fly a wide pattern. Just a little bump. Now when I close your throttle, you're going to keep the speed as is, and you're going to drop the flaps to 10 degrees right away. Because your base and final is going to be way shorter than how you do it at, bomb and exec.
Okay.
Yep,
Carb heat as well?
Yep, I'll close it right here. Alright, go ahead and pop your flaps 10.
10.
And start giving me a shallow left turn to the runway at the readings. Over traffic, Skyhawk, Tony, high left base, runway 6, be simulated engine overage. Yeah, it's time to turn temporarily right here.
Anyway, traffic, cap line, turning right, base, 921.
Yeah, I want to shove all the way down. Yeah, you got a Skyhawk on a simulated pad approach for 6 overage.
Thank you.
It's going to seem really wild, but you're going to get this, trust me. Stop the turn again. I'm going to have you go back into the turn when we're just abeam the hash marks. Hey, you can start turning now. Over, Skyhawk, final 6, simulate engine out. Fly the plane. You're going to land long, but you'll make it. There you go. Now what I usually do is I don't go past my go, no go. Level up right about here, speed blow off. Yeah, right there, nice and straight. And slowly come up with the nose, little by little, just like that. Release if you have to, and raise the nose a little bit again. That wasn't all you, don't worry, that was the wind. That's generally what you do if you have an airplane that's a little finicky, or power up approaches in 6.
Good.
It looks scary, it feels scary, I know, but if you fly the profile right, you'll get it. Sometimes I slip it in when I do power out approaches on 6 with a light wind.
Right.
The reason why we bottomed out was we had a little bit of wind shear right there.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
It made sense, yeah, because it dipped further.
We were nowhere in a stalling attitude, so.
Right.
And again, we call this runway the bad runway for a reason. Back up some more. I know these whole lines are faded. You probably can't see from your side.
Over traffic, Skyhawk clear, runway 6 overage.
Stop right here. He's going to 6, he can taxi up.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to extend our upwind on this one. We're going to plan the pattern altitude. I'm going to have you close your throttle. We're going to do a 45-degree bank descending turn. So in other words, runway runway 6. We're gonna stop turning on 240. We're gonna note the loss of altitude. You can consider the impossible turn.
Okay, got it.
But you'll see as to whether, you know, what, and how, and why you should or shouldn't do it.
Here in the right, on the left. Here in the right. Trim set, flaps up, extra full rich car keyed in.
Yep.
You'll set a full power. Speed's alive.
Yep.
Gauge is in the green. Rotate.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna maintain runway heading up to a better altitude.
Okay.
And Overbridge traffic 84 Delta is going to extend the upwind for a couple of miles where we enter over 45 for west downwind 6 Overbridge.
And 31 traffic, cap on turning right base.
Okay, so your situation in a couple hundred feet is, I'm going to close the throttle, so we lost the engine on the upwind. Okay, so we're at better altitude, so I'm going to close the throttle. And we're going to count to 3, so it takes 3 seconds to react. 1, 2, 3. All right, that'll give me a left ascending turn. 240, we're going to note how much altitude we lost. But I'm not going to let you crash. There you go. Very nice. Okay, 100. 200 feet. 300 feet. 400 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, approximately 500 feet, so you can power back up.
Cessna 46, straight out, Holbridge.
And Red Skyhawk's outside the 45. We'll be taking the left downwind for 6 Overbridge. Looking up on the Skyhawk on the upwind. When I get back on the ground,
Yeah.
I'll explain to you why what we just discovered is not constant. Normally when I do that, I lose 700 feet.
Okay.
Crosswind behind the Piper, number 2 or so for runway 9.
Okay, this is a good profile. We're going to do another simulated engine out on 6.
And blue and white Cessna 46, 200, straight out.
I got you inside, Jim. There he is on the upwind.
Anyone waiting on that 3 center, make base 09 for anyone?
Okay, same idea. So we're gonna lose the engine on 6. Okay, go ahead right away at 10 degrees flaps. We're gonna use nice shallow left turns to get to the base and final area. Don't worry so much about the speed. And Overbridge traffic, Skyhawk is downwind, right left base for 6, signaling the engine out, Overbridge. And temporarily stop turning right here.
Base downwind over 9, number 2, for anyone.
Okay, it might think I'm nuts, but at this point you can go full flaps. Just kind of delayed turning for a sec. We know we can make the pavement easily. And then you can start coming around your runway. Overbridge traffic, Skyhawk. Final 6. simulated engine out overage. Oh, we got some updrafts on this one. Might have to go around. Yeah, let's go around. So we're gonna add full power. There you go, let's keep the plane level. Those will pitch up dramatically. Hey, let's get the carb heat turned off. And let's get flaps 10 degrees only. There you go, let's let the nose come over. You didn't do anything wrong, we had updrafts. Okay. As a result of the wind. And Scott's going around 6 overage, we'll be staying in the pattern. We'll do it again, but we'll take it out a little bit further. Okay. See what happens. Over traffic, so I'm turning left, crosswind, runway 6 overage. Clear left. Yeah, clear right. Clear right. And again, real emergency on a light east wind day, pray you don't have to use 6. Yeah. It's like stuffing on the damn racetrack if you have to. Alright, go ahead and start coming downwind right away. Over traffic, Scott, about turning left downwind overage. Runway 6. Okay, we'll fill it right about here, so. Flips 10 degrees right away. We'll just take it out to or near our hangar, the last one, and we'll turn base. Oh, good. Oh, we're traffic sky out, select base 6, simulating engine on overage. Yeah, it's a little better. Now it'll turn to the left. Alright, let's go full flaps. This guy's all the way out. There we go. And just for safety, my throttle for a second, it's going to give you. Just in case the damn giraffes kick up again. Yeah. Alright, I'll turn to runway. Over traffic, scout, final 6 over, simulating engine out. This is simulated after all, so if it was for real. Oh yeah, we got this. Oh yeah. Okay, start leveling off a little bit early, so fly nice and straight. Hold that nose up, hold it up, right there. Perfect. Oh, excellent.
That was nice.
That was very good.
Started to worry there, and then
You got it, you got it. What's also not helping us, I'll show you when we get on the taxiway, we just got a little bit of low-level wind shear, but not serious low-level wind shear. The sock on top of the maintenance shop is saying 2.4, and this sock is saying 6. So we're intermittently getting a head and a tailwind.
That makes sense.
But thankfully it's not going across much.
A little extra speed helped a little bit too.
Absolutely.
It didn't slow down too much, it just sunk.
No. we're going to do a go around runway 6, intentional one. And then we'll end with a normal landing after that one.
Okay.
So, if you have to go around, recognize you have to. Like the last approach, we were pretty high, we were hot.
Yep.
I can saw that we would balloon way past the Vazzies here, risking over on the runway. So, first thing, power is your priority. Attitude. Power and attitude. Nose is going to pitch up drastically because all the flaps are hanging out.
Right.
So much like getting out of a stall, which is why we practice stalls to begin with, hold a little bit of level pressure on the controls to hold a level attitude. Speed should resume to climbing speed, nearly so.
Okay.
Then you only want flaps 10 degrees only from full.
Okay.
If you're flying Lima Yankee, you want flaps 20, or 74 Echo, you want flaps 20.
Okay.
Never, ever, ever want to shove the flaps up all the way up at once.
Lose a little.
People have died from that, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, literally in the middle of that landing, that sock was leaning towards 2-4. It was limp. I mean, he wasn't really moving a whole lot, but you do have a little bit of low-level wind shear. Thankfully, it's down the center line.
Orbit traffic's here, open departing runway 6, stay independent, Oldbridge. You're in the right.
Yep.
You're in the left. Trim set. Extra full RP unit. Full power. Gauge in the green.
Yep. Alright. There you go. Good. Alright, let's go. Good enough. Just wanted to see you got that down.
Yep. And 60 rotate.
Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna probably call your go around really short final, so be prepared.
Okay. Open traffic, so from turning left, turning final, runway 6 open. Left final.
I got a funny story about that when we land. Feel that airplane coming up?
Yeah.
That's an updraft. Get that all the time on runway 6. Sometimes you get it on 2-4. Okay, let's go ahead and go around. So full power. That nose level. There you go. Just fly the plane, most importantly. And over traffic, red light scout, going around for fun. Over runway 6, stay in pattern. Okay, there you go, perfect. Now, if you do get updrafts like that on the next lap, give the airplane a little bit of nose down trim and cut the power.
Right, okay.
I'm not surprised it's happening.
Open traffic, cycle, turning left, crosswind, runway 6 open. Clear left. Right, clear right. Open traffic, cycle, turning left down, wind runway 6 open. Clear left. Right? Right. Updrafts everywhere.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll take this over serious low altitude and serious little bit of a wind shear.
True. Very true. And field.
Yep.
Arm back, arcade in. A little bit.
Yep.
There's radar, 10 degrees flaps.
this is how most people fly the finals in 6. It's closed all the way. Straight center. Oops. Just get her on 8 wheels. There we go. And again, she's really sensitive. That's why, you know.
Yeah.
Did the same thing in Lima Yankee. You know, you wouldn't have the porpoising.
Right. Getting her.
Absolutely.
But
Oh yeah.
luckily corrected it.
Yeah.
Right. Two out of 5, not too bad, I guess.
I'd say 3 out of 5. Or whatever we did.
Yeah.
I wasn't even counting.
Overshot at Skyhawk clear, runway 6, Hillbridge.
Okay. Clean up, we'll taxi back to the barn. That's a nice airplane. It's a Piper Dakota.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna put this airplane right next to the white Cessna, which normally is Lima Yankee spot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna intentionally park the plane with the flaps down, so the next guy flying this will be me, knows not to put the master on.
We can push it back.
Yep.
Great. Checklist before shutting down. Right. Avionics master switch off.
Alrighty. Cool. Another good day in the air.
Yeah.